welcome to this review of the Machinima Conspiracy. As always, I am your host, Captain Jackhammer, and I thank you for joining me. Conspiracy was created by the good people at Infinity Films. It revolves around a Spartan, Spartan 059, as he is sent on a mission to capture an elite named Czar. That, in and of itself, is nothing new to Machinima. But quickly, 059 realizes that there's more than meets the eye, as he is now being hunted as well. Soon Czar informs 059 that the war has been over for 10 years, and the UNSC, or the regime as it's called in this Machinima, is deceiving the people of Earth to maintain order and keep control of the population. Now, that's a pretty unique concept, and one that I haven't seen done in a Machinima as of yet. It's hard to say anything else about the story without spoiling it for you, except to say that it is engrossing at times and has you on the edge of your seat, especially by the 4th or 5th episode. That's not to say that the story isn't disjointed at times. Like 059 doesn't ask Czar why he crash-landed the Pelican until episode 3, which was about 2 to 3 weeks after they met. And the character Truman seems like a plot convenience. He gets shot on the Pelican, then his body's on the Pelican when it crashes, but yet he somehow finds a first aid kit and fixes himself up. Later in episode 5, we find out that he's the only one that can get into the base where Czar is being held. Lucky he survived getting shot and a Pelican crash, or they would have never gotten into the base. You see what I'm saying about Truman just being a plot convenience? There is some masterful cinematography and film editing here. I point specifically to episode 2 as an example. There's a great effect after the base gets bombed where 059 and Czar leave to inspect the damage, and the filmmakers have this great overlay making the landscape look dark and smoky with soot and ash in the air. In fact, all through this Machinima, with every episode, there is some great cinematography and film editing. The one thing that was a big turnoff in this Machinima was the voice acting. At times it was devoid of emotion, and most of the time Czar was downright monotone. I understand that Machinima makers want to add their friends or their own voices to their Machinimas, and that's great. But you also have to understand that not every voice may match up with the character that you have written. If you want to make a top quality Machinima, make sure the voices match up to the characters that you have written. Don't be afraid to announce a casting call in some forums, and even have people send you voice samples of lines, then put them in a clip to see if the voices match up with the vision you have for the character. I thought the music in this Machinima was great. Each song seemed to set the atmosphere for the situation that the characters were in. And even though they had to use the Halo 3 soundtrack a lot in the beginning episodes, it didn't really matter, because the songs they chose from the soundtrack fit the scenes that they were filming at the time. Infinity Films definitely have some filmmaking talent, and if you're a fan of X-Files type shows, then you're going to love this one. There's only 5 episodes right now, but I am personally waiting to see where the story goes. However, there are some missteps that hinder the show's overall performance, so I can only give Conspiracy an 8.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching. I'm Captain Jackhammer, and I will see you next time.